For over a decade, pop icon Britney Spears lived under a conservatorship, a legal arrangement traditionally reserved for individuals unable to make their own decisions. But what started as a private family matter erupted into a global phenomenon known as the #FreeBritney movement. This wasn't merely celebrity gossip, it became one of the 21st century's most defining pop culture turning points, fundamentally reshaping how we view celebrity autonomy, mental health, and the very legal frameworks meant to protect vulnerable individuals. We'll explore how this fan-driven movement challenged powerful institutions and brought about tangible change. First, let's define our terms. A conservatorship, sometimes called a guardianship, is a legal concept where a court appoints a conservator to manage the financial affairs or daily life of a conservatee. This is typically for people deemed incapacitated due to age, mental illness, or physical disability. In Britney's case, her father, Jamie Spears, became her conservator in 2008. The concern for many was not the existence of conservatorship, but the perceived lack of transparency and the extent of control over a seemingly functioning adult. This distinction is crucial for understanding the controversy. The #FreeBritney movement began humbly, not in the halls of justice, but in online fan forums and social media. What started as concerned speculation by dedicated fans evolved into a powerful, organized advocacy group. They meticulously pieced together clues from Britney's social media posts, public appearances, and court documents, suggesting she was being held against her will and denied basic freedoms. Their mantra was simple: if she can perform world tours, record albums, and appear on TV, how can she be deemed so incapacitated that she requires a conservatorship? The #FreeBritney movement stands as a testament to social media's power to drive social change. Within months, the #FreeBritney accumulated millions of posts across platforms. By 2020, over 100,000 tweets per day included the hashtag during peak periods, signifying an unprecedented level of online mobilization for a celebrity's legal battle. Mainstream media, initially dismissive, could no longer ignore the sheer volume of public outcry, eventually shifting their narrative from tabloid fodder to serious investigative journalism. This digital groundswell was instrumental in pressuring legal and media establishments. The Britney Spears conservatorship profoundly reshaped how the public and media engage with celebrity struggles. Before #FreeBritney, stories of stars facing personal issues, especially mental health challenges, were often sensationalized or dismissed. The movement forced a re-evaluation, promoting empathy and demanding accountability from those in positions of power. Celebrities who once felt compelled to hide their vulnerabilities now found a supportive, vigilant public. This shift empowered other public figures to share their experiences and advocate for greater transparency and ethical treatment within the entertainment industry. Let's compare the traditional and modern approaches to celebrity vulnerability. In the past, celebrity struggles were often framed as moral failings, fueling tabloid sales and public judgment. Think of the intense, often cruel, media scrutiny faced by many stars in the early 2000s. Now, fueled by movements like #FreeBritney, there's a growing expectation for compassionate understanding and a critical examination of the systems surrounding these individuals. The public is more likely to question exploitation and advocate for mental well-being, demanding a more ethical media landscape and legal support. Beyond celebrity culture, Britney's case shone an uncomfortable spotlight on the often opaque world of conservatorship and guardianships. The public became acutely aware of how easily these legal tools, intended for protection, could be misused or become exploitative. Questions arose about due process, the rights of the conservatee, and the financial incentives for conservators. Legal experts, activists, and even lawmakers began to scrutinize state laws, pushing for reforms that would ensure greater transparency, accountability, and regular reviews of these arrangements, protecting not just celebrities, but all vulnerable individuals. The impact of #FreeBritney transcended online activism, prompting real-world legal reforms. For example, in California, Senate Bill 1162 was introduced, aiming to strengthen conservatorship oversight by ensuring conservatees have access to independent legal counsel and increasing scrutiny of conservator fees. While exact national statistics are still emerging, multiple states have initiated reviews or proposed legislation to enhance protections and accountability within their guardianship systems. This demonstrates a direct link between the pop culture movement and tangible changes in legal frameworks, setting a precedent for citizen-led legal advocacy. What the Britney Spears conservatorship battle ultimately showed us is the immense, often underestimated, power of collective action, particularly when amplified by digital platforms. It wasn't a celebrity, but her fans, who instigated a public conversation that eventually drew the attention of lawmakers and media giants. This movement proved that dedicated citizens, united by a common cause and armed with social media, can exert significant pressure on established systems. It's a powerful lesson in advocacy, demonstrating that pop culture isn't just entertainment, it can be a potent catalyst for social and legal justice. The legacy of the #FreeBritney movement is multifaceted. On one hand, it marked a significant turning point for celebrity culture, shifting public discourse towards empathy, accountability, and mental health awareness. On the other, it triggered vital legal reforms and a re-evaluation of conservatorship laws, highlighting the need for robust protections against potential abuse. The conversation sparked by Britney's case continues, reminding us that even in the dazzling world of pop stardom, fundamental human rights and legal protections must always be upheld. Her battle became a blueprint for advocating for justice within complex legal systems.